Don't skip. Have you ever felt like you're running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere? The days blur together. Work piles up. People expect more and more from you. Worries stack higher than you can handle. You try to keep everything under control, but the harder you hold on, the more peace slips through your fingers. Your mind spins in circles, replaying the same worries, the same doubts. Happiness feels just out of reach, like water slipping through your hands. But what if there was another way? What if, instead of drowning in the chaos, you could rise above it? What if you could see life with clear, steady eyes? What if you could let go of what you can't control and move through every challenge with quiet strength? This isn't just an idea. It's a way of life. It's the way of the Stoics. True peace doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from mastering how you respond to life. And today, we're going to talk about how you can do just that. Let's start. Step 1. Control your mind. Have you ever let one small thing ruin your entire day? Maybe someone made a rude comment, and you couldn't stop thinking about it. Maybe you got a text that sounded off, and suddenly, your mind spiraled into overthinking. Maybe you made one little mistake, and now it feels like everything is falling apart. But here's something most people don't realize. That storm isn't outside of you. It's inside your mind. And if you can control your mind, you can find something you've been searching for your whole life. Peace. I used to be a slave to my emotions. If someone insulted me, I got mad. If things didn't go my way, I felt hopeless. I lived like a tiny boat in the middle of the ocean, tossed around by every wave. Then I came across a quote from Epictetus. If someone succeeds in upsetting you, realize that your mind is complicit in the provocation. That hit me like a punch in the gut. No one could actually control my emotions. People could say or do whatever they wanted, but my reaction? That was my choice. I wasn't suffering because of the world. I was suffering because of how I saw the world. From that moment on, I started practicing one simple rule that changed everything. Observe your thoughts instead of letting them control you. Try this. Close your eyes. Imagine someone saying something that upsets you. You feel the anger rising, don't you? Now pause. Ask yourself, is it really their words that hurt me? Or is it my own thoughts about their words? Then ask, can I control my reaction? Is there another way to see this? You'll realize something powerful. Your emotions don't control you. You create them. If you change how you think, you change how you feel. And if you control how you feel, you take back control of your life. Imagine holding a burning coal in your hand. You're angry. You're in pain. But you refuse to let go. You think holding on will hurt the other person, but the only one getting burned is you. That's how negative emotions work. We hold on to anger. We grip fear. We carry anxiety as if it's part of us. But the truth is, if you learn to control your mind, you can let them go. That is true freedom. You don't have to change the world to find peace. You don't have to fix everything around you to be happy. Peace doesn't come from outside. It comes from within, like the eye of a storm, calm, steady, untouched by the raging winds around it. You can be that calm in your own life. And it all starts with one thing, mastering your mind. Stop right there. I know what you're thinking. Another video telling me how to fix my life? I've heard it all before. But have you actually tried? Or are you just waiting for things to change? Be honest. Do you feel like life is moving too fast? Like no matter how hard you try, you can't keep up? The stress, the pressure, the endless cycle of work, expectations, and worries, it never stops. And the worst part? You convince yourself this is just how life is. But what if you're wrong? What if everything you think is holding you back is just an illusion? What if the real problem isn't your job, your past, or the people around you, but how you react to them? It's time to wake up. It's time to take back control. Lesson 1. Your mind is a movie director. Picture this. You're watching a scary movie. The music builds. A shadow moves in the corner. Your heart races. You're scared. But why? You're sitting in a safe room. Nothing is actually happening to you. Yet your mind is making it real. Now think about your daily life. How often do you let your mind turn tiny problems into horror stories? Someone give you a weird look, and suddenly you think they hate you. You make a mistake at work, and now you're convinced you'll get fired. One bad day turns into my whole life is a mess. You're letting your mind direct a movie that makes you miserable. But guess what? You're also the editor. You can rewrite the script. Next time your mind tells you, this is the worst thing ever, stop. Ask yourself, is this actually a big deal, or is my mind making it bigger? Will this matter in a year? Am I reacting, or am I thinking clearly? Most of the time, you'll realize the scary movie was never real. And just like that, the fear, the stress, the worry, it disappears. Lesson 2, the 2-minute rule to end overthinking. Right now, think of something that's stressing you out. Got it? Good. Now, set a timer for 2 minutes. That's all you get. For 2 minutes, you can worry, overthink, and stress as much as you want. But when the timer stops, so does your overthinking. Why? Because overthinking is just a habit, and habits can be broken. When you limit your worry time, your brain learns that stress isn't in control anymore. You are. Try it for a week. You'll be shocked at how much calmer you feel. Final thought, the 1% rule. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just focus on getting 1% better every day. 1% more patient. 1% more disciplined. 1% more in control of your thoughts. Over time, that 1% adds up until one day you look back and realize you are no longer the person who used to be controlled by fear, stress, or worry. You are in control. And that changes everything. Accept everything as it is. Embrace uncertainty. Don't skip. Think about the last time you felt anxious. Maybe you were waiting for an important call. Maybe you were starting something new, moving to a new place, beginning a new job, or stepping outside your comfort zone. That feeling in your stomach? That's fear of the unknown, and it's completely natural. But here's the thing. Uncertainty isn't the enemy. It's the key to freedom. Why do we fear uncertainty? Because we crave control. We want to know what's going to happen. But guess what? Life doesn't come with a script. The stock market crashes. Relationships end. Plans change overnight. You can worry about the future, or you can trust yourself to handle whatever comes. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Let's break this down. What's in your power? Your actions, your mindset, your choices. What's not in your power? The outcome, other people, the unexpected. The more you fight uncertainty, the more it controls you. But when you learn to ride the wave of life, you become unstoppable. Real-world examples. 1. The job market. No job is 100% secure. Instead of fearing layoffs, focus on developing skills that will always make you valuable. 2. Dating and relationships. You can't force love. Instead of worrying if someone will stay, focus on being the best version of yourself. 3. Health and aging. You can't stop time, but you can take care of your body and mind today. How to embrace uncertainty and never fear again. 1. Flip the script. Instead of asking, what if things go wrong? Ask, what if things go better than I ever imagined? 2. Find a lesson. Everything in life either gives you what you want or teaches you what you need. No experience is wasted. 3. Trust yourself. You survived every challenge so far. Why doubt yourself now? Look back on your life. How many times did something unexpected lead to something amazing? That's the magic of uncertainty. And when you stop fearing it, you become limitless. But there's one more thing that often holds us back. The fear of what other people think. That's what we'll tackle next. Next, how to stop caring about praise and criticism. Be indifferent to praise and criticism. Don't skip. Let's be real. Most people live their entire lives trapped by the opinions of others. They post something online and check every 5 minutes for likes. They hesitate to chase their dreams because what will people say? They hold back their true selves to avoid criticism. But here's a secret. The opinions of others? They're just noise. If you let praise lift you up, criticism will crush you. If you let approval define you, rejection will destroy you. So the solution? Stop giving power to either. A simple exercise. Think of someone you admire, maybe an athlete, artist, or entrepreneur. Now ask yourself, do they get praised? Yes. Do they get criticized? Absolutely. Do they let it stop them? No, because successful people don't let outside noise control their inner world. What you can control: 1. Your values. Who you are is not up for debate. 2. Your effort. You show up no matter what. 3. Your self-respect. You do what's right, not what's popular. People will always have opinions, but at the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with your choices. So live for yourself, not for them. And that's when real confidence begins. But there's one final piece of this puzzle, one thing that separates people who survive from people who thrive. And that's taking responsibility for your life. Next, stop waiting. Take control of your life now. Take responsibility for your life. Don't skip. Most people wait. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for motivation. They wait for someone else to fix their problems. But let me ask you, how long have you been waiting? And has it ever helped? The truth is, your life is your responsibility, not your parents', not society, not luck, yours. And the moment you accept this, everything changes. The harsh truth most people avoid: if you're broke, it's your job to fix it. If you're out of shape, it's your job to change it. If you're unhappy, it's your job to take action. Not because it's fair, not because it's easy, but because no one is coming to save you. And that's not depressing. That's empowering, because if the problem is in your hands, so is the solution. How to take control of your life today. 1. Drop the excuses. You can make progress or you can make excuses, but never both. 2. Own your results. If you fail, learn from it. If you succeed, keep pushing. Either way, you decide your path. 3. Start now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now. Because the life you want won't just happen. You have to make it happen. And it all starts with a choice. Are you ready? Final message. Everything we've talked about: acceptance, embracing uncertainty, ignoring outside opinions, taking responsibility. It's not just theory. It's a blueprint for freedom, for peace, for power. And if you apply it, your life will never be the same. If this video spoke to you, let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to start this journey, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. Next video: how to build unstoppable self-discipline, be indifferent to praise and criticism, a guide to true freedom, the marketplace of opinions. Imagine walking through a busy street market. Vendors shout from every direction. Some praise you. You have great taste. Others criticize. You don't know how to choose properly. Now, if you let every single comment affect you, you'll leave the market exhausted. Life is just like that marketplace. People will always have something to say. One day, you're a hero. The next, you're a failure. If you rely on their words for happiness, you'll be stuck in an endless loop of approval and disappointment. But if you remain indifferent, not because you don't care, but because you understand that your worth isn't defined by others, you'll be truly free. The trap of seeking validation. Have you ever noticed how social media can control emotions? A single like can make you feel important, while a negative comment can ruin your day. But ask yourself, if no one was watching, would you still do what you're doing? True freedom comes from within. Stoicism teaches us that our mind belongs to us, not the crowd. The philosopher Epictetus once said, if someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself. Instead, say, they don't even know the half of it. If someone criticizes you, don't rush to defend yourself. Instead, ask, why does this matter? If you realize their words don't change who you are, you take away their power over you. The greats who ignored the noise. Think of history's greatest figures: Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus. They were ridiculed, even persecuted, yet they stayed true to their path. They didn't crumble under criticism or become intoxicated by praise. They simply were. So here's a challenge. For one day, live without worrying about others' opinions. Say what you truly mean. Do what you believe is right. By the end of the day, you'll feel something unexpected: lightness, Because when you stop chasing approval, you don't just find peace, you find yourself. Let go of the need to be right, the secret to inner peace, the argument that never ends. Imagine standing on a ship in the middle of the ocean. The sea is calm, the sun shines, and the breeze is perfect. Then someone walks up to you and says, "The sky isn't blue, it's purple." How do you react? Do you argue? Do you prove them wrong? But ask yourself, will arguing change the sky's color? Most arguments are not about truth. They're about ego. We crave validation. We fear looking foolish. And so we fight battles that don't matter. But here's the truth. If someone can make you angry, it's because you've given them power over you. If someone can ruin your peace, it's because you've let them. The burning coal. Imagine holding a burning coal, ready to throw it in an argument. Who gets burned first? You do. Your ego tells you, hold on, if you let go, you lose. But the real question is winning worth the pain? The next time someone challenges you, pause. Ask yourself, do I need to prove I'm right? Is this worth my peace? 9 times out of 10, the answer will be no. How to stop fighting battles that don't matter. 1. Observe your reactions. When someone disagrees, instead of pushing back, step back. 2. Listen instead of argue. Most people just want to be heard. If you stop trying to win conversations and start listening, you'll be surprised at how people open up to you. 3. Realize not everyone is ready to change. Some people will argue just for the sake of arguing. You don't have to attend every battle you're invited to. So, the final question is this. Do you want to be right or do you want to be free? Expect less. The secret to happiness. The beggar's wisdom. There was once a beggar wandering the streets, his clothes tattered. One day, a man asked him, "How can you remain so calm when you have nothing?" The old man smiled and replied, "Because I never thought I was supposed to have anything." We don't suffer because of what we lack. We suffer because of what we expected to have. A perfect relationship, a successful career, a life without hardship. But life never agreed to our script. The root of disappointment. Think about it. How many times have you been upset because someone didn't treat you as expected? How many times have you been frustrated because success didn't come on time? Now ask yourself, who promised me that life would be easy? The philosopher Seneca said, "He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary." We torment ourselves over an uncertain future. But pause for a moment. Right now, in this very second, is anything actually wrong? Or is it simply not happening the way you expected? A challenge. Expect nothing. Imagine waking up tomorrow and expecting nothing. You don't expect people to act a certain way. You don't expect every plan to work perfectly. You simply take things as they come. Something amazing happens when you do this. A stranger's smile feels like a gift. A quiet morning feels like a blessing. A good conversation feels like a treasure. Happiness isn't about getting more. It's about wanting less. The freedom of letting go. When you expect less, you don't fear loss. You stop worrying about things slipping away because you were never clinging to them in the first place. Imagine floating down a river, arms outstretched. No resistance, no struggle, just flowing. So ask yourself, do I truly need everything I desire to be happy? Or is it my desires that are causing my suffering? Today, try living without imposing expectations on life. See it with new eyes, because when you stop demanding that life follow your script, you discover something incredible. Life has always been beautiful. You just never noticed. Final challenge. Are you ready to be free? You've made it this far. You've taken the time to reflect. That alone makes you different from most people. So take a moment and acknowledge your progress. This journey isn't just about learning. It's about becoming. So here's your final challenge. For one day, let go of praise and criticism. For one day, stop arguing to prove you're right. For one day, expect nothing and appreciate everything. And by the end of the day, you'll feel something new. Freedom. Because the moment you stop chasing approval, validation, and control, you don't just find peace. You find yourself. Now go live and be free. Don't skip. Have you ever felt like life keeps pulling you in directions you didn't plan for? You set goals, make plans, expect things to go smoothly, but then reality happens. Unexpected problems, unfair situations, people who don't act the way you want them to. And what do? We resist, we complain, we stress ourselves out, trying to force life to match our expectations. But let me ask you something. Has that ever worked? No. Because the truth is, control is an illusion. You can't control the weather. You can't control how people treat you. You can't control every little twist and turn in life. But you can control how you respond. The Stoics had a powerful saying, do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens the way it happens. Then you will be happy. Epictetus. This is not about giving up or being weak. This is about freedom. Think of life like a chess game. You don't control your opponent's moves, but you do control how you play. Or imagine you're a sailor. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. When you accept what is instead of fighting against it, you stop suffering. How to practice acceptance. 1. Recognize what's in your control. You control your actions, your mindset, and your choices. You don't control how others think, what they say, or random life events. 2. Let go of the need to control. If you're stuck in traffic, you can't make the cars disappear, but you can enjoy your favorite music instead of stressing. If it starts raining, you can't stop the storm, but you can dance in it. 3. Shift your mindset. Instead of saying, this shouldn't have happened, say, this is what happened. Now, how do I respond? Ironically, the more you try to control life, the more miserable you become. But the moment you let go and flow with life, you find peace. The best part? When you stop wasting energy on things you can't change, you have more energy for the things you can change. And that's how you take your power back. But here's the real test. What happens when life is completely uncertain? When you don't know what's coming next? That's where true strength is found. Hey, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and lets you know when I upload more content like this. Now, let's get back to the video. The power of surrender, how letting go changes everything. Don't skip. Let's be honest. Most people live in constant battle with reality. They want life to be fair. They want people to act a certain way. They want everything to go as planned. And when it doesn't, they get angry, frustrated, and disappointed. But here's the truth. Life doesn't care about your expectations. It just moves forward like a river. You can either flow with it or fight against it. And if you fight, you drown. Imagine you're in the ocean. You see a huge wave coming. What do? If you try to fight it, the wave will smash you down. But if you dive into it, if you flow with it, the wave passes right over you, and you come out the other side unharmed. Life works the same way. Instead of resisting what is, surrender to it. That doesn't mean giving up. It means accepting what you can't change and focusing on what you can. This is how you move through life with grace, peace, and power. Real-world examples. 1. Traffic jam. Instead of getting angry, use that time to listen to a great audiobook or call a loved one. 2. Lost job. Instead of sinking into despair, see it as a chance to explore a better path. Maybe this is the push you needed. 3. Breakup or betrayal. Instead of replaying what went wrong, accept that people change and focus on building an even better future. Because the truth is, nothing lasts forever. Not pain, not loss, not success, not failure. Everything moves and changes. And when you stop clinging to the past or dreading the future, you finally experience the freedom of the present moment. That's real power. That's real peace. But the biggest challenge? Uncertainty. And that's what we'll dive into next. Next, how to embrace uncertainty and never feel fear again. The power of saying no, embracing discomfort, and living fully. Chapter 1, the magic door to freedom. Saying no. Have you ever watched a movie where a magical door leads to a whole new world? A place full of adventure, joy, or sometimes even chaos. Well, in real life, there's a door like that, one that can change everything for you. But here's the twist. This door isn't locked, and you don't need a golden key to open it. You just need a single word. No. Sounds simple, right? But how many times have you found yourself saying yes when you really wanted to say no? Picture this. You're at an all-you-can-eat buffet. You're not really hungry, but your friend keeps piling food onto your plate, saying, "Come on, just try it." You don't want to be rude, so you take a bite, then another. Before you know it, you're stuffed, uncomfortable, and regretting every extra bite. Life is the same way. People keep handing you commitments, responsibilities, and obligations. And because you don't want to disappoint anyone, you keep saying yes. But here's the truth. Every time you say yes to something you don't want, you're saying no to something you do. Think of your time and energy like a bank account. If you give away all your money on things that don't matter, what happens when something truly important comes along? You're left with nothing. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." That means true freedom comes from learning to protect your time, your energy, and your peace. How to start saying no today. 1. Pause before you answer. When someone asks for your time, don't rush to say yes. Instead, say, "Let me think about it." 2. Ask yourself, does it serve me? Will this commitment help you grow, bring joy, or align with your values? If not, it's okay to decline. 3. Say no with confidence. You don't owe anyone an excuse. A simple, polite "no, I can't" is enough. At first, people might be surprised. Some might even be upset. But remember, your life is not a charity event for other people's expectations. Imagine this. What if starting today, you only said yes to things that truly matter? How much lighter would your life feel? Chapter 2, Growth, Lives, and Discomfort. Now that we've learned how to free ourselves from unnecessary burdens, let's talk about another secret to transformation: discomfort. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. He takes a dull piece of metal and hammers it against fire and stone. It looks painful, but what happens? The sword becomes sharper, stronger, and nearly unbreakable. Life is the same way. If you always avoid hardship, you'll stay dull and weak. But if you embrace challenges, you'll grow into something powerful. Think about any great athlete. Do they become strong by staying in bed all day? No. They push their bodies, sweat, struggle, and sometimes even fail. The Stoics believe that discomfort isn't something to fear. It's something to seek out. Marcus Aurelius, a great Roman emperor, once wrote, "The obstacle in the way becomes the way." In other words, what stands in your way isn't stopping you. It's shaping you. How to embrace discomfort in everyday life. 1. Wake up earlier. Start your day before the world wakes up. It builds discipline. 2. Take cold showers. It's uncomfortable, but it strengthens your mind. 3. Face hard conversations. Don't avoid them. Lean into them. 4. Do something that scares you every day. Whether it's speaking up, trying something new, or challenging yourself physically, make discomfort your friend. Now, think about a time when you avoided something difficult. What would have happened if you had faced it head on? The greatest transformations don't come from comfort. They come from struggle. Chapter 3, Living with the End in Mind. Let's talk about something we don't like to think about: death. Most people live like they have unlimited time. They put off happiness. They wait for the right moment to chase their dreams. But let me ask you this. If you knew you had 1 year left to live, how would you spend your days? Would you still hold grudges? Waste hours scrolling on your phone? Say, "I'll do it later"? The Stoics had a saying, "Memento mori," which means remember you will die. Not to make us afraid, but to remind us to truly live. The great philosopher Seneca once wrote, "You are dying every day. Each day that passes is one you will never get back." What if, instead of avoiding the thought of death, we use it to inspire us? How to live fully every day. 1. Ask yourself, if today was my last, would I be proud? At the end of each day, reflect on how you spend your time. 2. Stop waiting. If there's something you want to do it now. 3. Let go of petty worries. If something won't matter in 5 years, don't waste 5 minutes worrying about it. Think of the samurai warriors of Japan. They trained every day as if they could die tomorrow. And because of that, they lived boldly, fearlessly, and without regret. So ask yourself, if you only had 1 year left, what would you do differently? Closing thoughts, the path to a meaningful life. We've covered a lot today. First, we learned the power of saying no, because every yes should be a step toward the life you want. Then we embrace discomfort, because growth is forged in struggle, not comfort. And finally, we reflected on death, not to fear it, but to wake up and live fully. If you take even one lesson from this, let it be this: your life is in your hands. Starting today, make choices that free you, strengthen you, and bring you peace. Now, I have a challenge for you. Pick one of these lessons and apply it today. Will you say no to something draining your energy? Will you embrace a challenge instead of running from it? Will you live today as if it truly matters? Let me know in the comments which one you're choosing. And if you're ready to transform your life, hit that like button and subscribe, because this journey is just beginning. See you in the next one. Stay strong, stay intentional, and live fully, letting go. The key to a peaceful, powerful life. The illusion of control. Imagine you're holding onto a rope, but this isn't just any rope. It's connected to everything in your life. Your job, your relationships, your past mistakes, your future worries. Now imagine someone pulling that rope hard. What happens? You hold on tighter. Your hands start to burn, your arms ache, but you refuse to let go. Why? Because deep down, you believe if you just hold on long enough, you can control everything. But here's the truth. The more you try to control everything, the more life controls you. The Stoic philosophers understood this thousands of years ago. Epictetus said, "Happiness begins when we accept that some things are beyond our control." And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. How to let go of what you can't control. How to handle emotions without letting them run your life. How to find true inner peace no matter what happens around you. Let's begin. Part 1. What's really in your control? Let's do a quick exercise. Think about all the things that stress you out. Maybe it's your boss, money problems, your health, or something someone said about you. Now, let's divide those into 2 categories. 1. Things you can control, your attitude, your actions, your effort. 2. Things you can't control, other people's opinions, the economy, the past. Here's a mistake most people make. They spend their energy on the second list. They get angry over things they can't change. They worry about things that haven't even happened yet. But what if, starting today, you only focus on the first list? Think about an airplane. When pilots fly through turbulence, do they scream and panic? No, they focus on what they can control, adjusting the plane, checking instruments, and staying calm. Your life is the same. The storm isn't the problem. It's how you handle it. Part 2, the emotional trap. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named James. One day, while driving to work, another driver cut him off. Furious, James honked his horn, cursed under his breath, and carried that anger into the office. All day, he felt irritated, snapping at coworkers. But here's the crazy part. That driver, he went on with his day. He never thought about James again. James let one small moment control his entire day. How often do we do this? We let someone's words, one mistake, or one bad moment ruin hours, sometimes even years, of our lives. Here's the Stoic truth. You don't have to let emotions control you. You can feel them, acknowledge them, but not be ruled by them. How to master your emotions. 1. Pause before reacting. When something upsets you, count to 5 before responding. 2. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If not, don't waste 5 minutes being upset about it. 3. Choose your response. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you react. The moment you master this, you become untouchable. Part 3. Letting go of the past. There's an old saying, you can't drive forward while staring in the rearview mirror. Yet, so many people live in the past. They replay old mistakes, regrets, and what-ifs. But think about this. If you carry a heavy backpack for years, refuse and put it down, who suffers? You. It's time to drop that weight. Here's what you need to remember. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Your mistakes don't define you. Your next move does. Regret changes nothing. Action changes everything. Let go, not because the past didn't matter, but because your future does. Part 4. The secret to true peace. Most people think peace comes from a perfect life. No stress, no problems, everything working out. But that's not reality. Peace isn't found in what happens to you. Peace is found in how you respond. The great Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Here's how to find true inner peace. 1. Lower your expectations. Stop expecting people to act a certain way. 2. Accept imperfection. Life is messy. Mistakes happen. It's okay. 3. Let things be. Not everything needs your reaction. Sometimes, the best response is no response. Imagine living a life where nothing could shake you, where you stayed calm no matter what happened. That's real peace. Final challenge. 1 week of letting go. I have a challenge for you. For 1 week, practice letting go. When someone upsets you, pause before reacting. When you feel overwhelmed, remind yourself what's in your control. When a past regret comes up, replace it with a plan for your future. By the end of the week, you'll feel lighter, stronger, and freer. And if you're ready for that kind of transformation, hit the like button and subscribe because we're just getting started. See you in the next video. Stay strong, stay calm, and keep moving forward. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Also, turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. See you in the next one.